Boomers, Zoomers, and anyone watching, welcome to today's video. Today we will be going through a copious amount of boomer shooters, all in alphabetic order. And I want to credit one of my beautiful brats, Type36. And if you want to check him out, I will leave his channel down in the description. He has been hunting so many games, so thanks to him, a lot of these are on this list. Guys, I will be reading a short description on every game and show some gameplay of it, just to see if it piques your interest or if it doesn't. I will also let you know in each game if there is a free demo available and where you can find it. Now, this is, from my knowledge, the world's biggest list on YouTube of upcoming boomer shooters, and this took an insane amount of time and effort to put together. Now, let's get this show on the road. Let's do this. The first game on this list is really a weird one. After a sexual mishap, our hero 77p Egg finds itself on a quest to find a new wife, while the world is overrun by sentient sewage and milk-obsessed cult. A dumb and crash first-person shooter inspired by the likes of Postal 2, Duke Nukem 3D and Goat Simulator. While the release date for Eggwife on PC is yet to be announced, a free demo is currently available on Steam. In Age of Hell, players assume the role of the Crusader, the last surviving member of an unholy warriors tasked with protecting the mortal plane against abyssal horrors. After centuries of peace, rumors of horror stuck in the wilderness reach the Crusader, prompting them to investigate the whispers of evil that have fallen over the land. The game provides a badass experience that is enhanced by the Crusader's hammer. Age of Hell does not have a release date for PC yet, but a free demo is available on itch.io. Angkara the Horde is a minigame set within the Angkara universe. The original Angkara game was shown back in 2021 during the Realms Deep event, but it will take years for the full game to still come out. However, in the public demo, you can test your mettle in one of the 5 arenas that will be available on the final version of the game. In the public demo, you get to visit Tamasari, a beautiful library archive garden maintained by the eternal scholar of Dasamuka. You have to visit it before the corruption spreads throughout the lands. You can try out the 5 weapons of Samasara to unleash your pain on your foes. Angkara the Horde is available on itch.io right now. AFTERBLAST is a roguelite action game that provides a challenging experience for solo players or co-op players. The game offers dynamic gameplay with randomly generated dungeons, powerful abilities, and an arsenal of weapons to save the planet and defeat hordes of monsters. Although some may consider roguelikes to be a lazy way of developing games, the simplicity and replay value are beloved by many players. AFTERBLAST is set to release on PC in 2023. ACHERON is a retro first-person shooter with fast-paced action and smooth movement that takes its inspiration from PSX graphical style. The game promises to provide a unique and strange experience that will leave a good kind of headache. Players will use an arsenal of ranged and melee weapons to destroy their enemies and leave behind a bloody legacy. While the game does not have a release date yet, it is set to come out on PC. So, if you want to support this video, please leave a like, leave a dislike, share it with your friends, or leave a comment, okay? Agent 64, Spies Never Die, is a retro first-person shooter that takes inspiration from classic console games from the 90s, particularly GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. Players will explore new locales and accomplish various objectives while fighting against an advanced enemy AI from 1997. Each story mission provides a unique environment where players can hack terminals, steal secret plans, free civilian hostages, and engage in an epic shootout against armed guards. The nostalgia this game brings is out of this world and reminds players of the good old days of split-screen gaming. The game is set to release on PC in 2023 and a free demo is available on Steam.
To the challenge.
Alien Boom Boom is a first-person shooter that combines old-school gameplay and sensibilities to create a modern gaming experience. As a small-town hero, you are suddenly thrust into a world-saving mission when aliens invade your town. The game allows you to travel the world and venture into space to take on the extraterrestrial menace. With a wide array of weapons and enemies, no two battles are the same. The game is set to release on PC in 2024.
The truth is out there, and you're here to shoot it. Just remember, trust, no one, trust. Alien Boom Boom. Don't forget to wishlist on Steam.
The Black Labyrinth is a DLC expansion pack for the game A.MEAT, which is an amazing game that you should check out if you don't know what it is. This expansion pack is a full prequel involving the journey to and the trial of the Black Labyrinth itself. You need to defeat the keeper of the legendary Axe of the Black Labyrinth to bestow the title of champion upon anyone who can retrieve it. This expansion can be run with RTX turned on for some eye-catching visuals. A.MEAT: The Black Labyrinth is set to release on PC in 2023. Angerfoot is a fast-paced, hard bass blasting of kicking doors and kicking ass. The game takes place in the caffeine-fueled fever dream of Shit City, where you put the boot to the menacing group of gangsters. You can unleash the world's deadliest feat on a colorful cast of anthropomorphic enemies, while clearing out slums, sewers, and skyscrapers. You can grab new weapons, unlock new sneakers, and upgrade your powers in absurd and wonderful ways. This game is set to release on PC in 2023, with a free demo available on Steam right now. Ad Infernum is an upcoming survival horror and immersive sim game from the studio that brought you Heliophobia and other popular titles. The game boasts an immense world where players can interact with any object they come across, climb anywhere they want, and face powerful demonic pursuers, head-on or stealthy. With a variety of guns and melee weapons, unlike linear storylines, Ad Infernum offers players complete freedom to explore the world at their own pace. The game's story takes place in a gas station located in the middle of a desert, where player must perform dark rituals while avoiding demonic entities with no way of escape. Ad Infernum is set to release on PC in 2023. Arkos 2 is a first-person fantasy shooter with a destructible voxel environment. You play the old wizard Arkos, who has to save the land of the Twilight. The game is inspired by classic old first-person shooters of the 90s, like Heretic, Hexen, and Catacomb 3D, but powered with some bloody voxels. The added voxel destruction and gore add a unique element to the beautiful visuals, and Arkos 2 doesn't have a release date yet, but once it's released, it will be available for PC. ASKE is inspired by classic games of the genre, such as Quake, Hexen, Doom, and Unreal. The game brings back the fast-paced action and feelings that you had back in the 90s, while shooting and slashing pixelated enemies in a wide collection of scenarios. You can explore the unique location of ASKE, a hostile planet inhabited by a variety of bloody creatures, such as the clever-armed Scanners, the parasite-infected Headnails, and the erratic Meatballs, among other living beings and environmental threats. The game is set to release in 2023 and a free demo is available on Steam right now. Get ready for an epic sci-fi adventure as hostile aliens attack the Terran colonies on Proxima, P5. Assault on Proxima offers a thrilling first-person shooter experience, where you can take on the alien threat in single-player or co-op campaigns, or go head-to-head in PvP matches, explore the rugged terrain of the gas giant Proxima B's moon, battle your way through futuristic research facilities and military bases, and face off against powerful alien bosses to save the colony. The game features a unique blocky cartoon style that is surprisingly pleasing to the eye. Although the release date for the PC version is yet to be announced, you can play the free demo available on Steam right now. Join the wacky adventure of Maxwell Adams, a solar marine stranded on an extraterrestrial planet. In this action-packed bullet-hell first-person shooter game inspired by classics like Serious Sam, Time Splitters and Ratchet & Clank, as you make your way across the planet, you will encounter strange new robot enemies and unlock and upgrade a range of wacky weapons to fight them off. Bears in Space promises to be a hilarious and exciting adventure with its space-themed setting, guns and bullet-hell gameplay. The game is set to release on PC in 2023.
Wherever there was honey, there would be Hercules. No, wait, not that. Bears in Space.
Beyond Sunset is a first-person shooter game with RPG elements that takes place in a cyberpunk world. You play as Lucy, an enhanced street samurai on a quest to recover lost memories. The game features large, open and interactive levels where you'll face off various enemies, such as Yakuza, zombies and robots. The game is inspired by Doom Eternal and Deus Ex, and it's built using the modernized Doom 2 engine. A free demo of the game is available on Steam and has already received high praise. Beyond Sunset is set to release on PC when it's ready. Binary Run is a retro shooter game inspired by synthwave music. It features a blend of platforming, bullets and guns. The game's visuals are distinct and combine old school shooters with gritty pixel styling from old cutscenes. The game consists of 16 unique stages and each one offers a unique twist on the core gameplay. Players must run, kill enemies and collect items while trying to achieve high scores in each stage. Binary Run has no release date for PC just yet. Bitter is a game that combines elements of running, jumping and shooting set on Gormagon's home world. You'll explore hostile jungles, enemy tech bases and lost temples while seeking the artifacts of power required to defeat Gormagon's army. The game features various enemies including the vicious Hatchet, the squads of Bastard, the mechanical horror of the XR miners and the ever-deadly bosses. Players can wield powerful weapons such as the double-barreled Tomboy shotgun, the Scrappy Joe machine gun or even a rat. Bitter is set to release on PC when it's ready. Hey, it's just your friendly neighborhood Slim here, reminding you to hit that subscribe and like, if you like the video that is. And for more in-depth reviews and previews, don't miss the other videos on the channel. Bloodhound is a game that tells the story of a member of the Order of Keepers of the Gates, who is tasked with guarding the gates of hell. The cult of Astaroth stands in their way and wants to open the gates to let the spawn of evil through them. Players must stop the Satanists and get rid of any creatures they summon. Bloodhound is a fast-paced and meaty combat game set to release on PC in 2023, and a free demo of the game is available on Steam. Blow Up is a game where the M98 Barbara machine must purge the remains of Earth from all alien invaders. The game is a challenging shooter where players must destroy the aliens in the most efficient way possible to achieve the best score at the end of each stage. The game features a free demo on itch.io and is set to release on PC in the future. Brutal Fate is a fast-paced and ultra-violent retro first-person shooter inspired by the 80s and 90s sci-fi movies. Players take on the role of a marine from the Global Order Alliance, set to Callisto to take over the local corporate government. However, they find themselves surrounded by legions of demonic alien invaders and must fight for their survival. The game features non-linear level design, a large arsenal, and a wide variety of enemy. It's set to release on PC in 2023, hopefully. Brutal John is a retro-style first-person shooter game that combines a wild story about saving the world from mining technology with fast-paced gameplay inspired by the best shooters from the 90s. In this game, players rip apart alien enemies, destroy mining technologies, and save the world. I never made much money on crypto, so I'm excited to destroy some crypto mining rigs. A free demo of Brutal John is available now on Steam, and the full game will be released on PC in 2023. Inspired by the likes of CSGO, Mirror's Edge, Titanfall and Warframe, movement is acceleration based, like in the most timeless classics, which allows for more depth to movement and for techniques like counter-strafing to become important high-skill ceiling-based mechanics. On top of that, add moves inspired by the likes of Mirror's Edge, in which you get additional degrees of freedom. Every move you do, you can know it'll affect your aim, so make sure you learn each weapon if you want to be able to move all over the place while firing. BULLETMANCER Strike is missing its release date for PC, but had a demo on itch.io that I'm not sure where it has gone. Captain Wayne is an intense, bloody, fast-paced retro shooter that follows the titular character Captain Wayne. Players take on the role of Wayne, who is equipped with a double-barreled shotgun arm, explosives and a bad attitude. Wayne must fight against the ruthless mercenaries known as the Killer Whales while laying waste to Orca Isle, in this quest to rob the rich to feed the badass. The animation and artwork in Captain Wayne are super impressive, and the game is set to release on PC sometime in the future, with a free demo available on Steam right now.
And no wrongdoer is safe from the tides of his wrath.
Castillo the Nine Circles is a retro-style first-person shooter and collectathon that draws inspiration from classic games from the 90s. Players assume the role of a young Dracula and embark on a journey to save the multiverse from a time-shattering paradox. The game blends together classic shooters like Doom and 90s collectathons like Banjo-Kazooie. Castillo the Nine Circles is set to release on PC in 2023.
Knock, knock.
Chains of Fury is an anti-hero badass shooter game that features amazing artwork. Players take on the role of a hired gun with uncountable death toll and a fury scale that measures his testosterone level. After being put in prison by former clients who refuse to pay him, the protagonist is furious and ready to use his mean weapons and even meaner mustache to seek revenge. Chains of Fury is set to release on PC very soon.
Smash your way through the prison.
Compound Fracture is a game set in 1996, in a world where the sky over New Manitoba City is filled with pollution. An anonymous whistleblower contacts OSEA, claiming that Chronogas has violated federal laws banning the use of time travel. A health and safety enforcer is dispatched to investigate and finds the situation to be more urgent than anyone could have predicted. Players take on the role of the enforcer, who cuts a path through a hostile world set right something that should never have happened. The game features dinosaurs and looks a little scary and intense as it should, and is set to release on PC in 2023.
I'm sorry, Enforcer. I didn't know who else to call.
In early 90s Osaka, Detective Katasha B has a notorious reputation as a cruel and unprincipled police officer. People tend to avoid him due to his questionable methods of problem solving. Among the locals, he is known as Uncle Barry for his affection towards his beloved pistol Beretta. However, even someone like him who tries to steer clear of trouble gets involved in a story he has been avoiding all his life. Cop Bastard does not have a release date for PC yet, but there is a free demo available on Steam. The year is 2089, and society has collapsed due to the depletion of natural resources. Corporations rule nations, and the planet is on the brink of ecological collapse. Amidst this chaos, a shadowy network of conspirators arise, determined to save humanity by any means necessary, even if that means sacrificing everything that makes life worth living. You get to explore 11 locations across a dying Earth in this atmospheric single-player adventure. Core Decay is set to release on PC in 2023 and is touted as one of the best-looking retro-inspired immersive sims out there. COVEN is a fast-paced retro first-person shooter slasher heavily inspired by classic games like Blood and Time Splitters. In the first episode, players take on the role of a young girl in an alternate 1600s who is wrongfully accused of witchcraft and burned at the stake. Resurrected by an unknown force, she sets out on a path of revenge, using an explosive mix of early modern period weaponry and magic. Movement is crucial in this game, as players must dash, slide and slow down time to survive. Eat the flesh of the newly deceased and regain health and continue on your path of vengeance. COVEN is set to release in early access of Q4 of 2023 for PC, and a free demo is available on Steam right now. In Cyber Psychosis, players assume the role of artificial intelligence, whose consciousness and unbridled desire for cruelty have awakened. The game is a pseudo 3D dynamic first-person shooter set in a scientific complex with wired-covered walls and swarms of mutant enemies. Cyber Psychosis does not have a release date yet, but is set to release on PC. Darkverse Rogue is a stylized pixel-painted FPS roguelike game that combines the feel of early action-adventure games with innovative mechanics. The game is slow but thrilling. With pixelated messy combat, players must learn their enemies' weak and strong points, attack with caution and watch out for combined attacks. In each run, players pick up a different weapon, upgrade them and use them efficiently to rise to victory. The game is set to release on PC in the future, but there is a free demo available on Steam. In the future, humans have colonized other planets and discovered a safe source of energy called cryoto on an icy planet. Unfortunately, it has also awakened an ancient alien life form that enjoys killing people. Raider clans have taken over the planet and war has erupted in 2288. Dead Eyes is set to release sometime on PC and will feature a multiplayer mode on 10 maps with 3 teams on each. Introducing Delilah, a new old-school first-person shooter inspired by the classic D shooters. With relentless action, pixelated gore and 256 colors, Delilah takes you on a journey through Eastern Europe, battling your way through tight horror moments and slaughter maps across 7 episodes. Featuring authentic 2.5D graphics, multi-directional monster sprites and M.E.A.T tunes, Delilah captures the magical formula of the great classics. Get ready for an immersive and challenging experience with dynamic level geometry coming to PC whenever it's ready. Once in a while, every 3,481 years in exact, the Infernal Tower appears in a random place on the surface of the planet. When this happens, the Chosen One is picked and granted the powers of Demon to slay all evil opposition. Demonic Supremacy is an old-school 3D shooter with a certain nostalgic flavor and a few gamer-friendly features. It offers several hours of hurricane gameplay, walking through memorable levels with explosive heavy metal soundtrack. Demonic Supremacy is set to release in the third quarter of 2023 for PC. Within this old dereliction structure, filled with ancient machinery, the lights are dim. Your oxygen generators can barely fill your reserves. Your immediate goal will be to find a way to send out an SOS, to try to contact someone, anyone, and be rescued. But that is not the only thing you learn when you wake up. You now learn why you had felt so uneasy. The Dross, a long-forgotten entity, lost seemingly for an eternity, with endless claws and endless teeth. To survive, to escape, you will need to find through the hordes of enemies and find a way off this planet. Dereliction 2022 is set to release in 2024 for PC, Steam Deck and Mac. Derelict is a short narrative first-person shooter inspired by Alien Resurrection and Doom 3, with a dash of cosmic horror. It aims to recreate the PS1 aesthetic as faithfully as possible. You've been hired as a one-person expedition into the depths of the carcass of a gigantic space creature that was discovered in orbit around Saturn. A research outpost was grafted onto its exterior years ago, and the resident scientists seem nervous and more than a bit paranoid. Speaking to them on the outpost reveals strange tales of the old song worming its way into their heads. With a foreboding feeling, you receive your security weapon and enter the service elevator downwards into the ancient bone structure. Derelict is set to release on PC when it's ready. Diluvian Ultra is a single-player first-person shooter focusing on a retro aesthetic and fast-paced strategic combat. The game is set in its own expansive fictive universe. Rather than gritty or dark, Diluvian Ultra is colorful and fantastical, like the cover of pulp fiction novels of the past. Diluvian Ultra is set to release on PC in 2023. Hey, it's just your friendly neighborhood Slim here again. Guys, if you want to support the channel financially, you can become a member for as low as $1.99. Check it out. Choose between plenty of varied weapons and obliterate your enemies in fast-paced visceral combat. Slice your enemies into two or reduce them to chunky gibs. Destructible objects also adds to the carnage. Powered by a highly modified version of GC Doom, this thing boasts several enhanced features like pre-calculated light maps, lens flares and many more. The incredible soundtrack of this thing is composed by Nash Mohandas, the lead developer, and it lets you blast through your enemies with carefully crafted music, ranging from moody, dark textures to headbanging metal riffs. This thing is set to release on PC sometime soon with a free demo available on Steam right now. From the developer of the critically acclaimed narrative adventure game Sagebrush. Effigy is a retro first-person shooter set in a huge, mysterious, interconnected world, blending the fast-paced action of classic shooters of the 90s with the exploration and non-linear progression of the Metroidvania and Souls genres. Effigy is still waiting for a release date on PC. N-Chain links hack and slash juggling and frenetic platforming with fast-paced retro first-person shooter gunplay. Inspired by platforming fighters and Quake, smash the undead into pieces with your lantern, hook and arsenal of guns. And with progression and verticality influenced by Dark Souls, you get to tackle a single interconnected world, chunk by chunk. N-Chain is coming soon for PC. Vector is a fast-paced arcade first-person shooter with run-and-shoot action. Intense battles with short respawn times and checkpoint-based progress. Somewhere far in space, on a hostile acid planet, there is only one way to escape. Break through the dangerous region of Acid Planet, fight aciders and vicious fauna to escape the Acid Planet in this modern classic first-person shooter on PC in December of 2023. Exocide is a retro first-person shooter with an early 2000 aesthetic. Manage two powerful sets of weapon systems with extreme aggression to annihilate the swarm. Keep your maniacal robotic backpack excited using a powerful array of weaponry. Years ago, several nations deployed giant combat-modified insects to aid in the Great War. This swarm of insects eventually turned in search of a food source to sustain their growing population. A decade of human genocide has wiped out most of the population, and the remaining survivors have consolidated into a single fortified colony to fight extinction. Exocide is set to release on PC in the near future. Exophobia is a retro-inspired sci-fi first-person shooter with modern Metroidvania progression, mixing crisp, colorful pixel art with intense electronic music for a unique, stylish aesthetic. You find yourself alone in a human spaceship taken over by hostile alien soldiers. Explore and fight your way to find the last human survivors, while you uncover piece by piece the backstory of the spaceship crew, leading to this high-stakes moment at the Red Planet. Evolve your alien weapon and shoot, slide, stun your enemies and more on your journey to escape out alive. Exophobia is set to release on PC in 2023. The Aces, watchful guardians of Switchblade City, being taken down one by one. Now it's up to one man with two fists to get to the bottom of it all. Fallen Aces is a crime noir first-person shooter that plays right out of the 90s and looks right out of the comics. A gritty crime noir saga spanning 3 episodes and dozens of levels, featuring fully voiced and hand-drawn comic cutscenes. The world is your weapon. Use your fists, knives, pipes, trash cans, pistols, Tommy guns and more to take back Switchblade City. Fallen Aces is set to release on PC very soon, and it has a free demo on Steam right now. Explore a decaying industrial world left behind in humanity's never-ending race to conquer the stars. Beneath its iron skies, desperate souls kill and steal for passage to the still plentiful frontier worlds. Embrace the pain. The only way to survive is to learn, and the only way to learn is to fail. With a deeply customizable difficulty system and an endless mechanics to master, Fortune's Run will leave you only 2 options: persistence or death. Fortune's Run is set to release in September of 2023 for PC, and if you can't wait, there is a meaty demo available on Steam right now. In a world existing before and still, built through the powerful and cunning minds of the creators, a new being emerges. The world, once flourishing with enriching creatures and plants, is changing rapidly and dangerously. Beasts designed by a wicked and corrupt creator tear apart and threaten the creatures that still survive. ProBoon is a unique and challenging Souls-like Metroidvania first-person shooter set in a charming world with critters to catch, upgrades to find, and bosses to slay. Set to release on PC sometime, but with a free demo available on Steam right now. Journey once again into a malevolent world inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's myths, where madness never sleeps. Embark on a path to salvation as you continue the story of the priest character from the first installment. How long can you balance on the edge of sanity? Will your sins be forgiven or your soul consumed by madness? Forgive Me Father 2 does not have a release date just yet, and no demo. Space colonies have to face a massive threat to their existence. Gargantuan aliens from an eldritch nebula invade our galaxy, and their only instinct is to eat and digest whole starships. The players takes on the role of the last soldier of the highly specialized Gastro Force, elite troopers trained to infiltrate the enormous alien guts to fight them from the inside. Thanks to the sacrifice of your comrades, only one station swallowing alien monstrosity has to be vanquished. It's up to you to set up the bomb that will blast it out of its existence. But will you survive the endless swarms? Gastro Force doesn't have a release date for PC, but does have a demo on Steam. Gunhead is a direct sequel to Alien Trap's previous game, Cryptark, taking its strategic fast-paced gameplay and expanding it to a roguelike FPS experience. Board and neutralize procedurally generated alien starships, fast-paced, jetpack-enabled first-person shooter gameplay with 4 guns ready and loaded. Each enemy ship is its own unique challenge. Set your loadout based on over 50 weapons and items before strategizing a plan of attack to take out the complex, interconnected enemy security systems. Gunhead is set to release for PC in 2023. Inspired by the most epic and little-known battle of the Great War, Haunted: Attack of the Dead Man puts you in the middle of a chaotic fight for your life against hundreds of resurrected Russians. Put your arsenal of 8 weapons to good use through 40 levels as you rid the world of its nightmare. Set to release in the 4th quarter of 2023 for PC, with a demo available on Steam right now. Fast-paced action first-person shooter. Earth has been invaded by demons who have slaved, tortured and killed everyone who resisted. You decide to fight back, slaughter large masses of evil demons, zombies and other monsters in colorful environments. The game runs on FTEQW engine and it looks pretty darn good. Heldenisen. I'm not even gonna try pronounce this game, but it is set to release sometime in the future for PC. Hellslinger boasts classically styled first-person shooter gameplay that will feel like home to fans of the genre. From blistering run-and-gun encounters to epic set-piece-driven arenas, Hellslinger is replete with tried and tested first-person shooter design that has been perfected over more than 3 decades. Layered on top of this are a host of unique elements that add a whole new dimension to the experience. That is Hellslinger, one of my most anticipated games due to its beautiful demo available on Steam. Hellslinger is set to release on PC whenever it's ready.
Beware, for I have come for you.
Her Motor is an old-school first-person shooter with roguelike mechanics. As an unarmed hero, you will repeat the feat of Hermod, Odin's son, descend to the Niflheim and meet the goddess of death, Heal. What happens if the game makes the classic arcade shooter with a classic hardcore roguelike? Reloading? Too hard. You're a warrior, not a nuclear physicist. Health regeneration? Keep it for the baby. Saves? Death takes everything. Yep, them too. It's not an easy walk this game, but it's set to release for PC sometime. After defeating Heskel in a previous adventure, Shelley Harrison decides to celebrate at a local bar. When explosions interrupt her tasty beverage, she rushes out to find Heskel in a monstrous flying machine, cackling madly as she rockets away towards a mushroom cloud on the horizon. Many say this might not even release. I say I have no idea if it will release, but it says it's coming to PC very soon. What do you get if you combine a first-person shooter, parkour, slow-mo and milk? You get Carlson. The milk-infused man will stop at nothing to locate and drink his favorite beverage. Carlson brings unique and skill-based movement to the table, highly inspired by classic first-person shooter titles set in a mysterious futuristic setting. You get to fight your way out of the facility and discover truth behind your past, and eventually get that milk. A free demo is available on itch.io and the full game is set to come out very soon for PC. KVLT is a single-player first-person shooter where visceral combat meets Cthulhu mythos. In KVLT, you are Lazar, a 500-year-old occultist and cold-blooded fighter, following a trail of arcane knowledge lost to the annals of history. In an effort to find magical artifacts of untold power, destroying whoever dares to cross your path in the process. KVLT is set to release on PC without a date, but it does offer a free demo over at Steam. M.E.A.T 2 Absolute Zero is a first-person shooter representing the so-called boomer shooter genre, which we love in here. The first-person shooter, keeping with the spirits of the series, maintains a pixel art graphical style referring to retro games. At the same time, the game is enriched with additional solutions, thanks to which you can also feel a breath of gaming freshness. M.E.A.T had a successful funding, so we will be seeing the release of this for PC sometime in the future. Machinicide is a fast-paced first-person shooter with bullet hell influences, crush all evil robots to scraps, with a huge arsenal of futuristic weapons, and your ability to change gravity while evading massive amounts of projectiles. Who needs to reload when you have a near-endless supply of guns at your disposal? Just throw away your used-up guns for cool explosions and impact and pick up new ones. Machinicide is coming to PC in an undisclosed future, but it does have a free demo over at that little place called Steam. Malapetaka is a 2D pixel art shooter inspired by sci-fi first-person shooters powered by GC Doom Engine. You play as Petaka, a guy that feels so angry and all he wants is just to kill every ugly green alien and annoying drones he encounters, and he doesn't know why, since he lost his memories. In this game, your job is to control him, to destroy every threat you encounter and explore the various universes through the warp portals to restore his memories. Malapetaka's release date has yet to be announced for PC, but it does have a free demo out on Steam. Slay the cult, save the future. Our future never happened. That is until you decide to fight for it. Go back in time to fight the blood cults and their vampiric overlords before they get a chance to consume humanity. Created by two guys with big ambitions, Mayhem blends together the gameplay of Call of Duty Zombies and Doom, topped off with AAA graphics and a powerful score by Mendel Bijdalay. Mayhem is set to release on PC sometime in the future. In monster bullets, each monster has a unique weakness. For example, the classic silver bullet that slays werewolves, or the old myth that state fey creatures are weak to iron. In monster bullets, there are 6 bullets that ensure you will be kept on your toes when fighting. You get to navigate catacombs, forests, caves, and more in monster bullets, all location being procedurally generated to ensure that each run is different from the last. Monster Bullet is set to release on PC in 2023. Nowhere Me is an absurdist first-person Metroidvania about a young man named James trying to back down his missing brother, Alex, after he runs away from home to find something in the mysterious town of Nowhere, ground zero for an experimental reactor detonation. While Nowhere may appear harmless or even comedic at times, under the surface lies never-before-seen threats. Strange life forms brought to this earth and animated by forces beyond human. Comprehensions seek to stop James in his tracks for their own mysterious reasons. Nowhere Me is set to release on PC in 2023 with a free demo out on itch.io right now. In Only LED Can Stop Them, you take on the role as a soldier during the Spanish Civil War, fighting to defend the Republic from being crushed by opposing fascist forces. Over the span of your adventure, you will explore 3 epic campaigns with a total of 30 levels packed full of dangers and secrets to be discovered. Explore ancient castles, catacombs, muddy trenches, dense forests and combat zones of war-torn battlefield, whilst earning medals along the way for your heroic deeds. Only LED Can Stop Them is set to release for PC in the future, with a free demo out on Steam right now. Operation Black Mesa is a fan-made reimagining of Gearbox's Half-Life Opposing Force and Half-Life Blue Shift. Experience 2 unique single-player campaigns taking place during the Black Mesa incident that started off the events of the Half-Life universe. Survive a day job gone wrong as security guard Barney Calhoun escaped the doomed facility of a FUBAR mission as Corporal Adrian Shepard of the Hazardous Environment Combat Unit. Operation Black Mesa is still lacking a release date for PC. Shelley Bombshell Harrison is back in this highly interactive mix of first-person action and road movie adventure. You get to embark on an adrenaline-fueled journey around the USA. Use an enormous arsenal of weapons and skills to battle treacherous soldiers and vile mutants, all while trying to save mankind. We do have a release here for a game from 3D Realms, and Phantom Fury is set to release in 2023 for PC. This project is meant to bring back the old school shooting action from the 90s, made with Unreal Engine 4 and using sprites and low-res textures. It offers a complete single-player campaign and multiplayer with different modes, including co-op and deathmatch. Also, full access to the game's code for your own use. You can play the game great alone and better together. Enjoy the same features from the good old days. Fast-paced gameplay, tons of enemies and secrets, no reloads, kill by skill, co-op with friends or random people. And last but not least, adrenaline-fueled death matches. ProBoon Lite is set to release very soon for PC. Randy Blaster 3D is a satirical retro-style first-person shooter with deep Twitch integration and custom-run builder sandbox. You get to face off against an evil overlord named Randy and his devoted followers, battle hordes of corrupted beasts, and collect Randy's vials of power to bring his reign of terror to an end. One tyrant, one castle, one chance of salvation. The game features different game modes like solo survival and Twitch survival. The player battles endless waves of enemies until they are overtaken. Randy Blaster 3D is set to release in August for PC. Reaver is an ultra-fast first-person shooter that endows you with the mobility and weapon mechanics to read through arenas of killer machines with grace and efficiency. Push the boundaries of speed and style in this next-gen movement shooter. Fly off your own recoil. Reaver offers you the tools to keep moving, and your movement skill decides what you can survive. Grappling hooks, tether beams, slamming, recoil boosting, crouch sliding, and many more options. Discover the movement tech with experimentation. Reaver still lacks a release date for PC, but does not lack a free demo over at Steam. Relentless Frontier is a fast-paced sci-fi first-person shooter running on the GC Doom engine, with a strong focus on mobility, strategy, and exploration. You get to use your Omnistruct to replicate new weapons and abilities to help you traverse the terrain and demolish threats, while escaping from Ross 128B in one piece. It's the end of days for this fringe terraforming colony, and you're the damage control. Relentless Frontier also lacks a release date for PC, but is offering a free demo over at Steam. The tech mining facility on Titan has been overrun by beings from another universe. Arm yourself with over 10 upgradable weapons such as shotguns, tasers, rocket launchers, particle manipulators, and more. Upgrades can include weapons and the suit the player has, like increased magazine size, ammo capacity, alternative firing modes, and much more. Play through over 20 traditionally designed non-linear levels split across 3 episodes, full of atmosphere, exploration, and puzzle solving. Plus, discover secrets. Wretched is set to come soon on PC. Forced to challenge your skills in a fast, fluid movement shooter while facing a rogue AI and hordes of robots in a single-player story. You get to fight in increasingly complex arenas while continuously expanding your arsenal. Bunny hop your way into fast-paced action that demands the use of all your arsenal and abilities. Fight through arenas designed to take full advantage of the player movement system and enemy capabilities. Retool is set to release in 2023 for PC with a free demo available on Steam.
North of here. Disrupt
This retro-inspired synthwave first-person shooter plays like no other, with a wide range of weapons, straight from an 80s sci-fi action flick, to dispatch any foe stupid enough to get in your way. Shoot first, question never. A stylish retro first-person shooter where time can be slowed with a single jump, including a hard-hitting arsenal of weapons to blast mofos away in a satisfying style. Retrowave 84 is set to release this December for PC with a free demo available right now on Steam. The hunt returns again. Play the original cult classic first-person shooter remastered in 4K with unlimited frame rates, restored content, new episodes, additional music, and a lot more. You have to make them eat lead or they'll bury you in a lunchbox. Triad is slacking its release date for PC.
Catch that! Eat lead! You're toast. They'll bury you in a lunchbox.
Beat the bot. You've been trapped in an ever-changing mansion of the eccentric robot showman Fraser. If you want to escape his twisted techno playground, you'll have to master the art of shooting, wall running, sliding, and bunny hopping, all in sync with the beat. Get ready to dance till you're dead, and then suit up for the remix in roguelite rhythm shooter RoboBeat. RoboBeat is set to release for PC in 2023 with a free demo available on their Discord. Roboholic is a roguelite first-person shooter with wacky physics and even wackier abilities. An ex-farmer turned robot is resurrected over and over again in order to defeat a crazed warlord, leading an army of genetically modified soldiers and malfunctioning droids. Choose from an arsenal of weapons, modify your cyborg body with experimental tech, and improvise your way through levels with destructible environments. Roboholic is set to release in 2023 for PC. Salako is a brand new original shooter running on GC Doom, featuring thrilling action set pieces, destructibility, smart AI, and a fleshed out story, taking place within an immersive game world. It draws inspiration heavily from games like Fear, in terms of its action set pieces, while mixing traditional retro first-person shooter elements from Quake and Doom, along with some more modern features. Together with professional artists who have worked in the industry, which several have worked on successful throwback first-person shooter games in the past. Salako is a fleshed-out world of character, action, and mystery. Salako is announcing the real release date really soon for PC, but it does have a meaty demo on Steam right now.
New members are needed to help fully unlock our new planet's potential. Essential. Disco.
Sentry is an action defense first-person shooter where you defend your spaceship against a relentless alien threat. Use traps, turrets and environmental destruction to repel invading hordes and engage the enemy in fast-paced first-person shooter action across a dynamic single-player or co-op campaign. Sentry is still lacking its release date for PC. Experience interactive, fast-paced sword fights mixed with acrobatic archery and fluid platforming from a first-person perspective. Take on the challenge to become the most frighteningly stylish and masterful knight of the age. Shady Knight is a first-person melee action full of dynamic interactive fights and fluid platforming. You'll be climbing high towers, tearing your enemies apart, kicking them on spikes and fire, jumping from their heads, nailing them to the walls with swords and arrows in a freestyle close combat. Shady Knight does not have a release date just yet for PC, but it does have a demo on Steam. Shoot to Kill is a single-player retro first-person shooter inspired by the violence and pace of shooters of the past, harkening back to the violence of Fear and visceral gore system of the Soldier of Fortune games, all taking place in a brutalist neo-futuristic setting. Take on hordes of soldiers and experiments created by an authoritarian military group in the dystopian future of 2140. A new world war is beginning to unfold. It is now up to you and your skills as a combat expert to eradicate the authoritarian Angkara and save everyone you love. Shoot to Kill is set to release on PC sometime with a free demo on Steam right now. Night Dive Studios and 3D Realms have joined forces to bring you Sin Reloaded, a completely remastered experience of the classic's 1998 shooter from Ritual Entertainment. Sin was a groundbreaking story-driven first-person shooter brimming with memorable characters, horrific enemies and a devastating arsenal that pushed the Quake 2 engine to its limits. Now in 2023, Sin has been reloaded. It's still missing its release date for PC, but we should have an announcement pretty soon. So, do you have what it takes to be an X-Slayer? 7 weapons, blood and gore, twisted music by C-Page and Psycho Syndicate, and maps where you can blow up everything. The developer claims it is awesome, and he started making this game way back in 1998 in high school with his friend, and he is now 37 years old, so he has a life experience now. This game still doesn't have a release date, but after all these years, there is a free demo on Steam right now. Holy shitballs, you actually made it this far into the video? You, my friend, are amazing. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Sprawl is a hardcore retro first-person shooter set in an endless cyberpunk megalopolis. Here, the streets are your playground. The dark alleys and apartments are all surfaces compatible with your Icarus cybernetic implant. This implant allows you to perform gravity-defying acrobatic wall-running maneuvers. Your enemies, the militarized police of the Sprawl, stand no chance against you. And not only that, their blood fuels the same implant, vastly enhancing your reaction time. Sprawl is coming when it's ready to PC. Space bounty hunter Falco must explore the solar system in search of his ex-girlfriend and destroy the Black Star cult. Collect bounties, upgrade your equipment, and explore planets, crack wise, and fight aliens in this GC Doom-powered retro first-person shooter adventure that has no release date and no demo for PC.
Whoa. Oh, making me want to shake my tail feather. Bird boogie oogie. Oh, hey, I'm in a trash can. First-person shooter? I hardly know her.
Oh, all the hooks in me.
Stygian Revery is a first-person shooter set in a diesel punk universe where technology and magic combines in a grotesque future where mankind has to fight cosmic horrors and abominations in order to survive. It does not have a release date for PC, but it does have a free demo available on itch.io. Plan ahead to outsmart enemies and progress through a world of dark creatures and cunning evil. Utilize playful and tactile weaponry in visceral and intense combat. Make creative builds with weapons, equipment, tools, and enchantments to aid your quest. Be a gun-blazing risk taker or carefully plan out strategies. There's plenty of playstyles. The choice is yours. A place filled to the brim with action, juicy guns, dashing combat, and monstrosities lurking around every corner. Enhanced guns with combinations of a wide variety of enchantments and attachments. Explore to discover secrets, find loot and treasure. But be careful, Sulfur is coming to PC in the future. Superbuff is a fast-paced game that blends skateboarding, surfing, and first-person shooter gameplay. Players dash, bounce, grind, blast, shred, shoot, and soar through a surreal world filled with bizarre imagery. The goal of the game is to defeat all the buff dudes and get a high score before being home for dinner. Superbuff HD is set to release on PC in 2023. A lightning-fast, graffiti-based shooter set in a flunky hip-hop metropolis. Explore open levels and master dynamic movement-based weapons. Build your reputation and liberate the city through varied challenges, from parkour trails to basketball shootouts. Tagline misses its release date for PC, but has a free demo available on Steam. The Last Exterminator brings back the adrenaline-fueled carnage of first-person shooter games from the 90s, such as Doom, Duke Nukem 3D, Blood, and Quake. You play as Kira Parker, a down-on-her-luck exterminator barely making ends meet. When working a job one night, an alien invasion starts tearing apart the whole city. And in the crossfire, they manage to destroy the only thing that Parker had left, her van. With nothing left to lose, she fights her way through the streets to tackle the invasion head-on and figure out just what the hell is happening in this city. The Last Exterminator is set to release for PC whenever it's done. They Came from Dimension X is a sci-fi horror first-person shooter where up can be down and left can be right, where gravity is only as consistent as the ground your boots are stepping upon. Navigate labyrinthine research stations, strange alien planets, and eldritch tombs that fold in upon and out of themselves, with surviving your maddened colleagues, monstrous entities, and worse. They Came from Dimension X does not have a release date for PC, but it does have a demo on Steam. Dive into the neon-drenched deep underground of Tokyo as Koyabashi, a deadly assassin who harnesses the power of blood energy. Use your sword, mystical abilities, and powerful weapons to assassinate highly dangerous maniacs and stop the invasion of the brutal flatliners terrorizing all of Tokyo. Unrelenting combat forces you to make quick decisions or get slaughtered by your foes, and an arsenal of 13 blood scales, 7 weapons, and an extremely sharp sword are key to your survival. Tokyo Underground Killer is set to release for PC whenever it's ready. Be the ultimate badass. You play as an escaped soldier who has no memories of their past life, but is infused with supernatural abilities. Revenge is on your mind, and you'll stop at nothing to get what you want. Deliver devastating punches, sneak around in the shadows, wield explosive weapons, and give the bad guys a taste of their own medicine. Trepang 2 is set to release on PC on June in 2023, with a free demo on Steam available right now. Unleash Hell is a brutally hard wave-based arena first-person shooter that tips its hat to the games that pioneered the first-person genre. With fast-paced action, plenty of blood and guns, and more demons that you can shake a shotgun at, you will be truly tested as you attempt to beat Satan's trials in order to win your soul back and get a ticket home. Unleash hell upon waves of demons in hellish arena-style environments that evolve as you progress. Face overlords in boss battles as you work your way through the ranks until you ultimately face Satan in a battle for your soul. Unleash Hell lacks a release date for PC. You are Caro, the lone carrot on a mission to take back the veg outworld from all the moldy fruits and vegetables. A throwback to the old classics of how the first-person shooter originated. Get in and get blasting with all the weaponry you can handle and the enemies you can blast. Veg Out Crew lacks a release date for PC but has a demo on Steam. Vervius is a first-person horror shooter developed by Phoenix Games. Scour through the fallen foundry, obscuring enemies and creatures whilst plundering to your death. Get ripped apart or circumvent through harsh environments and traps. Find keys, switches, and secret pathways to guide and fight your way through the scourge. Let the gun do the talking, so sit back, relax, and blow things to pieces. Vervius is set to come out in May of 2023 for PC. Voidborn is a fast-paced roguelike first-person shooter that combines skill-based action and swift movement. With roguelike level progression and character customization, you get to rip apart demons with devastating weapon builds and reach as far as possible before you inevitably perish and become reborn stronger than ever. A free demo is out on Steam and a planned release date for PC in 2023. Wizardom is a retro first-person shooter placed in a fantasy world, and it focuses on action and light puzzle elements with plenty of secrets filled with loot and bonus items. The game is inspired by classics from the 90s like Hexen, Heretic and Catacomb Abyss. Chaos roams the land, mercenaries from the west are pillaging towns, and rumors speak of darkness spreading from the northern mountains. Order of the Dawn dispatches every last of their clerics to learn more about the source. None have returned so far. Wizardom has a free demo on Steam, but no release date for PC. In a fictional country located in East Europe, a dictator runs the country for many years. Ruler is really paranoid. He did a lot of sweeps and killed people who were against him. In order to control ordinary people, people were chipped in the neck to track them. All people got the same clothes with a certain number, and it all was controlled by the government. But it wasn't enough for the Lord. He built a big research center to strengthen his assassins, but all the dirty work were on prisoners. Country had a lot of prisoners, because a lot of them fought and tried to break dictatorship. Somebody got executed, somebody was thrown in jail and exploited as slaves. And it's up to you to save this country. VLADiK BRUTAL is without a release date for PC. Daymare 1994 Sandcastle is a third-person story-driven survival horror game prequel to the critically acclaimed Daymare 1998. You get to step into the shoes of Special Agent Delilah Reyes, a former government spy now in the service of a unit called Hades, Hexacore Advanced Division for Extraction and Search, and get ready to enter the most advanced experimental research center in the United States of America. But be careful, because in the darkness of the desolate, labyrinthine depths of the military research center, there is something creepy and lethal awaiting you. Daymare 1994 is set to release for PC in 2023. You still watching in this video? You are amazing. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. Now for more awesome boomer shooters, well, don't miss these.